Hello, good afternoon, and assalamualaikum everyone. Hi, long time no see. Mimi here. Welcome to a long overdue episode of Quick and Easy Cooking with Mimi and the world's best super kitchen machine, the Thermomix. It's been a while. We had our Raya break. We call it Hari Raya Idul Fitri, or in Arabic it's Idul Fitr. It's the celebration after a month of fasting in the month of Ramadan. And technically, it's only celebrated for a day, but in Malaysia, we get two official holidays off because it's a lunar calendar sort of thing. So we're not quite sure until towards the last few days whether it's going to be day 1 or day 2. So we get 2 days off holiday, and then after that, it so happened also that it coincided with school holidays. So we get the extra break the entire week, and I also needed some downtime, some me time. We all need that, right? Okay, so, and I actually got a lot of messages asking when I would like to continue my cooking show. So, Kamla, this one's especially for you. I missed you too, so I'm doing something very quick today. Now, one of the things some people tell me, a lot of people actually, they say, but I don't cook. That's one person, and then that's one version. And there's also the person who will say, you know, I have my Thermomix and I'd like to maximize it. Let me turn off my other Thermomix. Hang on. And I'd like to maximize it, but I don't want to cook all the time. And I say, there are so many other things you can do other than cooking. You can make drinks, and you say, oh, but then, you know, I don't want to have lemonade all the time. I don't want teh tarik all the time. It's fine. So today I'm going to show you one very, very simple drink that you can make with the Thermomix. It's actually good for your digestion and for your health because we're going to use a lot of these things. We call these lemongrass or sarai. In the Philippines, this is called, what's it called? Oh my goodness. I forgot what it's called in Tagalog, but in Cebuano it's called tanglad, lemongrass. And the very, very fragrant pandan leaves. In English, it's screw pine leaves. Super easy. Just these two plus rock sugar, 120 grams. But this is entirely optional. You can always skip it. Super easy, I tell you. And then you will see that the recipe will actually ask you to bruise the lemongrass. Now, if you notice in a lot of Thermomix recipes, they always state that you only use the white part of the lemongrass. So you have to trim off the rest of it. So where the green part starts, you just cut it off. So we're going to cut off some of these. We're going to trim these. And when they say one stalk, it has to be the big fat one. So sometimes, especially that we grow our own lemongrass at home, so sometimes we get thinner ones like this. So what I do, I'd consider 2 thin ones as one big one. Okay, so I have a bit more than 5. We actually need 5 pieces for this one. White part only, trimmed. And the recipe says bruised. Now I'm going to teach you a simple trick. You know, usually what we would do, we would use knife, we would use our mortar to smash our lemongrass. But I'm going to show you a quick tip using the Thermomix. But first we're going to trim off the green part, and then we have to cut it into about 5 cm. 5 cm is about 2 inches length. So something like this, okay? Super easy because just be confident that when a recipe asks you to do something a certain way, that there's a logical reason behind it. Maybe it's about the movement of the blade, or it can be anything. So no need to question, just do it. In Arabic we say sami'na wa ata'na. Okay, and then we just dump the whole thing into our mixing bowl. There's a mixing bowl, nice and empty. And I'm just gonna dump my cut lemongrass in here. So nice, I can cook, I can make my drink just sitting down. You can see my reflection in the mirror there, just sitting down. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, I got myself an extra pair of eyes over the holiday. So how's everyone doing? Okay, so I put the last of my lemongrass in. So we have our lemongrass, and then I've washed these, of course. Always wash your lemongrass and your pandan leaves. Especially your pandan leaves, you tend to have in between these things, or maybe at the back here, sometimes you have spider webs, sometimes you get bugs. It's fine. Actually, it's better if you see bugs. That means it's organic and they can still live. They still survive even after biting on these leaves. You should be worried when the leaves are so perfect and you don't see any bugs. That means it's been doused with chemicals. So what I do, I'm not very good at knotting this thing. Up to you how you want to tie it. I'm not good at this thing, honestly. Before Thermomix, I hardly cooked anything Asian other than my favorite Filipino dishes like adobo. So up to you, you just knot it any way you like, just like that. And then we're gonna need, do we put water first? No, we put the sugar first. So for the recipe, it asks for 120 grams of rock sugar. So we're gonna swipe our screen and we activate our weighing scale. Okay, my cable is touching a lot of other things. I'm gonna tear it there to 0, and the fan is on, so it keeps moving. But anyway, I measured it. This should be 120. Up to you. You can adjust, you can skip, and maybe you can drink with lemon later. Totally up to you. And then the next one, we tear it because now we're gonna weigh our water. Water is 1.8 liters or 1,800 grams. Okay, 1165, 1195. It's so accurate, right? I just love it. 1,200. Oh wait, I wanted 1,800. Sorry about that. So 14, 15, 16, 1730, 1759. Okay, that's 1804. It's fine. And what's important is that you have to take a look inside your mixing bowl and it doesn't exceed the maximum line. So there's a max line here. I'm not at the max line yet. I'm still on the 2-liter mark, so we're fine. And then it's just a simple matter of closing this and setting this for, let me double check again. It's because I prepared one batch before this. 45 minutes, 100C, speed 2. Okay, so I swipe, 45 minutes. Super easy and super refreshing. And then speed 2. But I will lower this first because I want to talk to all of you, so I will not do speed 2 just yet. Otherwise it will be a bit noisy. I will adjust this later. Okay, so I have another batch ready. I'm just gonna move this a bit to the side so I can show you the other batch that I prepared just before the show. So I have another batch in here. It's still hot from my other Thermomix. And I've got my jug in here. This jug is, it can withstand heat, so it's fine. And what we do, we simply get our simmering basket and we're gonna strain our tea. This is Lemongrass Pandan Tea for those who just joined. So as usual, when we open our lid, we turn it around like this so that it doesn't drip on our counter. This is how you do it. And then maybe you want to take a look at our tea. So the tea is ready. Yeah, one thing good about using a Thermomix, you get to lift weights. So this is easily 2 kg and I can lift it with one hand. And then we just put in our simmering basket, and remember you align the portion here with the handle so that you can actually, let me see if you can see it, this groove in here, so you put your thumb in here so that when you pour, it doesn't open up. So I'm going to put my, it's still hot, so I'm just going to put my other finger like this, and then we just strain it. I told you it's easy. You make it and then you leave it. And then you set an alarm on your phone, or maybe you can just come back whenever you're ready. So look at that color, it's beautiful. I'm just going to turn a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. This is hot, so be careful. Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off for a while so you can hear me better. So this is our lemongrass pandan tea. Super easy to make. You can enjoy it warm, or you can let it cool at room temperature. You can even chill it in the fridge. It's very refreshing. So if it's warm, somebody once told me it's like pantang punya minuman. It's like confinement period after giving birth. It tastes something like that because of probably of the lemongrass, but it tastes something like that. But it's very pleasant. It's just nice. Even the sweetness, I find it just nice. So I like it warm, and then on hot days I like it cold. So when it's cold and you serve it in a nice tall glass with some fancy straw, or maybe you decorate it with even a piece of lemongrass. It reminds me of those drinks that you get when you go into those resort hotels, you know, when you check in, and while they're processing your check-in, they give you this nice cold drink, usually in those little glasses, and they say it's a complimentary drink, and then you drink and it's so refreshing, and then you don't quite know what it is. It's this thing. It reminds me so much of that one. I've been to various spas, and alhamdulillah, I had the opportunity to go to such places like Bali and maybe Four Seasons or something in Langkawi or something, you know, that sort of thing, not just your ordinary hotel, but this is the real thing. They give this to you and it's so nice. Or maybe sometimes you go to spas for a facial or anything, and they give one of these. This is one of the drinks that I've tried, and it really reminds me of those times. So yeah, go ahead and make it and pretend you're going for a spa tonight. Maybe you open up one of your facial masks, have a drink, dim the lights, turn on one of those, light one of those little scented candles, have some nice music, drink your warm lemongrass pandan tea, and have some me time. Take care, everyone. See you again very soon. I've yet to work out the schedule for my cooking show, but yes, inshallah, we shall be seeing each other again. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, and Selamat Hari Raya Aidil Fitri to all of you. See you again. Bye-bye.